This is nature's greatest playground, a frozen lake, and I've got this BMW 325i and E30, and it's just perfect for messing about out here. We're on lightly studded tyres. They're not the big, thick, long rally studs. They're winter tyres just with little studs in them. And they give you as much grip as you want. You don't want any more, otherwise you just won't be able to enjoy yourself. This corner's fantastic fun. If you get it right, you can drift all the way through and all the way out. You have to get onto this snow to get any traction to power away from it, and then you're into the fast fourth gear slalom, wide and open, where you want to go one long drift one way and then transition it nicely for a long drift the other way, hope it comes back round, which it does, and one final drift there, and then back round the tight corner where it's all too easy to spin. I know you've got some fairly interesting ideas about what makes a good driver all the way from the very early years.
Yeah, no, I'm totally radical, I think, in the way that I think, but I believe that if, say, granddad or grandma or mum or dad is a really smooth driver, that rhythm that's passed on, it helps in the most natural way, because, you know, I've always been a smooth driver, tried to work hard and translate rally driving, race driving, rallycross driving into the roadcraft, and it works with the kids. The kids were naturally smooth. So that is one of my beliefs. The other one is put them on a motorbike or trial bike at 5 or 6 years old. You know, they can't really hurt themselves. They've got all the gear that they've got on. They're doing 3 miles an hour and they're learning to get a motorbike up ridiculously steep slopes. So they're looking for grip and traction. And that exactly translates to here, grip and traction, which exactly translate to a rally special stage, you know.
Yeah. Do you think there's an element as well of, if you grow up with a parent or grandparent who's interested in driving, and you sit next to them and you feel the car at the limit,
Obviously.
Becoming comfortable with that sensation?
Imagine never having done that. How do you know where the limit is? Whereas, like, if you've lived with it, grown up with it, the conversation around dinner tables is of rally, race, rallycross, trial bikes, whatever it is, some element of competition in motorsport. You can't help but have that feeling. The first time I came here, I remember fitting snow tyres to my little 205 GTI, and I went to the supermarket and I got overtaken by a Volvo 240. I thought, I can't have that. So I am driving my nuts off to hang on to this person. They went in the supermarket, I flew in behind them, they handbraked the Volvo perfectly into a space, I did the same, I got out, a sprightly young 36-year-old, and out gets a 74-year-old woman out of the Volvo, who just pasted me on the way there. That's what they can drive, they understand it.
What are the secrets of grip? We know that there are two types, mechanical and what you call dynamic.
Absolutely, mechanical grip is a pain, really. You know, when sort of my dad would be a kid, for instance, you know, they all had cross-ply tyres on old Ford Anglias, and you might only have had 1200cc, but you could still make it drift because the tyres were rubbish. Nowadays, Pirelli and Yokohama, Hankook, all the people now make fantastic tyres that give amazing grip. So that grip translates to people getting really, really confident and thinking that they're good drivers when actually they're not. And the minute it snows, it shows up, because they do have no understanding of how to create grip.
So there are a couple of aspects to dynamic grip. One is finding where the grip is going to be in the surface,
Absolutely.
and also creating it through weight transfer.
Yeah, weight transfer. If you don't brake, you're not going to turn in. And some people might say there's no need to brake on every corner. You're probably right, you know, but a lift off is a form of braking. And I always include lifting off the throttle as a form of braking. It throws the weight forward, makes the nose grip, turn in, get it turned and get it over with. Because the point is, you want to get the turn over and done with. You're back on the power then and driving.
Who was the best?
Colin McRae is the ultimate. Watch his in-car. He does so little work. The guy had everything, you know. And I'm gutted that cars have to have electronics, you know. It's only because the nation is full of rubbish drivers that we have electronics on cars. When cars were pure and simple and no electronic diffs and no hydraulics and no stuff that helps a driver, Colin McRae just destroyed the world. He was the fastest by a country mile, and it was purely because he was totally at one with the car. He knew exactly what he was doing all the time. It looked flamboyant outside, but the guy inside was just a magician.
To make my humiliation complete, Pat has devised a little bit of competition. So we're all going to set off in intervals of about 10 seconds, I think, around a course of 2 or 3 miles, and we'll see how roundly beaten I can be. We're off. Okay, that's the first part complete. That's the bit I know well. Now we head out onto the larger course, which I don't know so well. Just getting my excuses in. I suppose if I've been listening this weekend, it shouldn't matter that I don't know this circuit all that well. I can still see that old Volvo, so it's going okay. I'm in his dust. I know how the WRC boys felt in Spain. What's the etiquette here? Do I nudge him? To be fair to this lad, I have no idea what tyres he's on. But let's just assume they're full studs. He's letting me through, but I can't get there, I can't get there.